This is for you, Sagittarius. Jupiter transits retrograde to the sign of Virgo the Virgin all month long, affecting your 10th house, Sagittarius, causing nostalgic thoughts of fun times in your past relationships that just might set you up to value people more by their inner soul rather than by the projections of their ego matrix. A significant characteristic of human behavior is vital at this juncture in regards to masculine versus feminine qualities. While men, fire signs, and air signs may respond well to establishing rapport, quite the opposite is true of females or water or earth signs that may become distrustful and alarmed from attempts to establish said rapport with the use of mimicking behavior. Simply doing one's job whilst being courteous simultaneously works much better, of course. So that's what we would recommend. Whether the individual's moon sign or sun sign is in a fire, air, or water or earth sign having masculine or feminine qualities is, in this regard, probably more important than utilizing their sun sign for this distinction. Now, Jupiter is known as the attribute of God the Father, found in Isaiah 63:16. For thou art our Father, and Abraham hath not known us, and Israel hath been ignorant of us. Thou, O Lord, art our Father, our Redeemer, from everlasting is thy name. Now, Sagittarius, Saturn continues through the Archer sign all month long. You'll scorn others flattering you because this still influences your first house. That's why. Now, remember that Saturn is not your ruling planet, but this transit does have power over you to the extent that it is in your first house of yourself and your appearances. Now, Saturn's retrograde transit this month will cause you to want to kiss. That means keep it simple, silly, no matter the situation. So you're going to need to keep things very, very simple if you want to progress in these areas this month. Now, let's see how your ruling planet of Jupiter affects you this month, Sagittarius. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. Your fire guardian, Archangel Michael, speaks to you from your Sagittarius zodiac angel, who is Nachiel. Now, the Archangel Michael, in his crystalline form, has this Merkaba field. This is what it looks like. And we're going to give you a Merkaba meditation later on in this transmission. We're going to give you, some call it Merkaba, some call it Merkaba, but it's Mer meaning rotating fields of light because they spin in various directions and in various ways, and Ka, spirit, and Ba, soul. So this is the Archangel Michael's crystalline form, and this is regarding the hexagrams of fire, water, air, and earth. This is the fire hexagram in a three-dimensional form. Now, a hexagram seals energy, and a hexagon radiates energy. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to give you your lucky rune stone that came up for you this month. All right, now this is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Sagittarius angel Nachiel, who resides over the Archer's mutable fire. And here are his messages for you in love, money, and health. Okay, first, Nachiel's love transmission, and that is with the help of the mighty Archangel Michael. Now, momentous changes are in your very near future when it comes to your emotional relationships this month. So, you should hold on tight to the core values that matter to you the most. Allow for change on the surface of things while simultaneously resisting such change at the very center of your being. So you're going to have to make those very important distinctions. Now, we're going to get into Nachiel's money transmission for you, again with the help of the mighty Archangel Michael. Money will be whimsical this month, so you should allow for some frivolous spending that you have allotted for this purpose, refusing to go along with the urge to spend from the stronghold of your nest egg. For that would be ill-advised at this very moment in time. It's not a good idea at this juncture. Keeping in mind that refusal to spend any monies in the pursuit of amusement will end in the folly of buying something very big that you do not actually need or want, which will prove disastrous for you in the final analysis. So, starving yourself of fun and amusement will only serve to cause that desire to build up to the point where people who are trying to sell you things, who want to make a large amount of money and don't care how much they hurt you or whether they hurt you or not, you'll fall prey to that if you don't allow yourself this release every now and then of the pressure cooker to allow yourself some fun, some frivolity, some amusement. So you need to spend small amounts of money on amusements so that you don't, again, end up doing something that you will find that was too much later on. Now, we're going to get into Adnachiel's health transmission. When it comes to your health this month, avoid overly pretentious and technical gadgets that promise to get you to health without any personal pain or sacrifice, for these are necessary aspects of healthy living. We have said it before, and we will say it again. There is healthy pain and healthy pleasure. There is unhealthy pain and unhealthy pleasure. So choose health. Do what makes you feel not bad, not good. Choose what makes you feel well. All right, now for this month's lucky runestone prediction for you, Sagittarius, what we got for you this month was the runestone of Ansu's reversed. Be assured that others will gossip about you out of awe or possibly even greed. Nevertheless, use this propensity of human behavior to your benefit. So basically, what this runestone reverse meaning is that you're going to have to expect that if you're doing well, others will envy you, and that will cause them to gossip, and they will want to take what you have, take everything you have. So, and they're going to gossip about you in order to get their way. So you need to understand that they are talking about you if you've made yourself some kind of beacon of envy. And what you need to do is use that gossip that you know is happening to your benefit. You have to outthink the people that are trying to undermine you. And that's the way you use a reversed runestone. That's the way you make it suit you. Now, it's important for you to understand that the runestones work on a high spiritual level, on the causal and spiritual planes, and with the body of light. They don't work on the lower astral and etheric levels. Tarot cards work on the more lower levels. That's why deceit can come through the tarot cards. Whereas the runestones, deceit cannot come through because they're on the higher spiritual and causal body of light planes of existence. So if you want something more clean, you would utilize a runestone. Because again, the astral planes and the ethereal planes can serve to deceive you. All right, now, a disclaimer is in order here. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Okay, now we're going to give you your Merkaba meditation with the crystalline form of fire, the Archangel Michael, the Archangel of Fire, who is Michael, who resides in the south. And again, this is the Merkaba field. Now, next time we're going to give you a way to spin the Merkaba fields in a way that will activate them more than just focusing on it. But to start with that would probably not be healthy. So we want you to start something slow that you can sort of work up to, so something that you can begin to resonate with. And you need to make sure that you drink quite a lot of fluids while you're utilizing Merkaba techniques and high archangel techniques. Now, the archangels stand at the four corners, so they have right degree angles, so they tend to be more masculine in their presentation, whereas lesser angels use smaller pixelations. You begin to be able to form a curve, and you begin to get into the more feminine aspects. So that's how this works. Okay, now for this one, you want to just utilize your divine tone of I perceive. If you want the stillness in the moment, perceive is sort of a eternal now meditation. You would chant I perceive like that. You would chant that. I perceive. You could chant perceiving if you want to go to a point where you're creating a moment and a future and a past. If you want to begin to get into creating time, then you would chant the word that creates time, which is perceiving. And this is the the form that Aheye, Asher, Aheye gave to Moses from the burning bush. Aheye, Asher, Aheye. I am becoming that I am becoming. That has more to do with Aries, but you understand the idea. You see science fiction programs where the computer says working. It's creating a future, it's creating a past, it's creating a now that never really is. If you want to be in the eternal now, then just, I perceive. And at that point, you're not subjected to the future and the past. Now, Christ on the cross is the present moment. Now, the two thieves on each side, one on each side, is the present and the future. It's fear of the future, regret of the past. So if you don't have those two thieves of the future and the past robbing and crucifying you in the present, then you have the resurrected Christ. The crucified Christ is the fact that the moment is being crucified due to fear of the future and regret of the past. Whereas, on the other hand, the resurrected Christ is when he's in the moment, he has no thieves robbing him that are time, future, and the past. So he's in the eternal now, and he's in the moment. And that's the most pleasant place to be. Certainly more pleasant than being on the crucified cross with the constant thieves robbing you of your divine right. Okay, now we're going to get into our ephemeris information and calculations for Eastern and Greenwich Mean Time. For Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time, we have on the 7th of April, the new moon on the 7th of April 2016. That's at 7:24 a.m. at 18 degrees Aries, 4 minutes. The full moon on the 22nd of April 2016 at 1:24 a.m. That's Earth Day. That's at 2 degrees Scorpio, 30 minutes. Now for London time, Greenwich Mean Time, we have the new moon at on the 7th of April, the new moon on 7th of April 2016. It's 11:24 a.m. at 18 degrees Aries, 4 minutes. And for the full moon for Greenwich Mean Time, we have also the 22nd of April 2016. Again, that's Earth Day at 5:25 a.m. That's 2 degrees Scorpio, 31 minutes. Thank you for joining us, Sagittarius. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Join us again next month.